Listen, life's not supposed to be easy. And honestly, you don't want it to be. Because the truth is simple. Pressure is what makes you stronger. Pressure is what sharpens your mind, hardens your will, and turns you from just another guy into a force to be reckoned with. No man ever grew by hiding from stress. No man ever became great by making excuses. Diamonds are made under pressure, not in comfort. And guess what? So are you. It's time to flip the script on how you see stress. Most people treat stress like some evil enemy. They run from it. They cry about it. They say things like, "I'm just so overwhelmed," and expect the world to slow down for them. But here's the reality you need to lock into your mind. Stress is your training ground. Every time you face pressure, whether it's a tough project, a hard conversation, financial problems, or just the chaos of life stacking up, you are standing in the fire where greatness is forged. Without that fire, without that pressure, you stay weak. You stay soft. You stay stuck. And the world? It moves on without you. No sympathy. No handouts. No second chances. But if you can build unshakable stress tolerance, if you can train yourself to stay calm, focused, and strong, no matter how intense life gets, you unlock a kind of strength that almost no one around you will ever have. You become that rare person who others lean on. The one who doesn't flinch when everything's falling apart. The one who thrives while everyone else crumbles. And let me tell you, that's a power that changes your life forever. Because the guy who can handle pressure wins. He wins at work. He wins in relationships. He wins in life. The world throws obstacles at everyone, but it rewards the men who can take the hit, smile, and keep moving forward. So that's what we're here to build today. Not empty motivation. Not cheesy slogans, but real, tested principles that will turn you into a man who doesn't fold under stress, but rises because of it. Step by step, I'll show you exactly how to build unshakable stress tolerance, how to rewire your mind, how to build the habits and the mindset that allow you to stay solid while others break. Ready? Let's get to work. Step 1. Redefine stress in your mind. The first battle you have to win is in your own head. Most people crumble under pressure because they see stress as something negative, something painful, something to avoid. But if you see stress as the enemy, you'll never survive it. You need to change the way you look at it. Stress is not the villain in your story. It is the forge. It is the test that strengthens your mind, your body, and your spirit. Think about it. When you lift heavy weights, what happens to your muscles? They tear a little, they get sore, but then they heal stronger than before. Your mind works the same way. Facing pressure, dealing with adversity, pushing through hard moments, this is your mental weightlifting. Every challenge you survive makes you tougher, sharper, more resilient. If you are constantly seeking comfort, you are like a man lifting feathers and wondering why he is not getting stronger. You need to start welcoming stress the way a fighter welcomes the next round, the way a climber welcomes the next wall, the way a leader welcomes responsibility. You are not here to hide from pressure. You are here to take it head on. So from this moment on, I want you to stop this lie. Stress is bad. Replace it with the truth. Stress is growth. Stress is opportunity. Stress is the gym for your mind. Every time you feel that tight chest, that rush of adrenaline, that sense of this is hard, I want you to smile. Because that feeling means you are alive. That feeling means you are being sharpened. Pressure is not a sign you are failing. Pressure is a sign you are stepping into greatness. The ones who never feel it, they are standing still, wasting their potential. You are different. From now on, when you face stress, you will see it as a workout. You will see it as a necessary part of becoming unstoppable. It all starts here, with the way you think. Because your mind is the control tower of your life. If you can see stress for what it really is, the weight that builds your strength, you will already be 10 steps ahead of the world full of people running from it. Now, changing your mindset is powerful, but it is not enough. We need action. We need skills. We need habits that make you bulletproof under pressure. That is where step 2 comes in. Step 2. Control what you can. Release what you cannot. Stress multiplies when you try to control things that are not yours to control. Think about it. You are in traffic. You are late for an important meeting. You pound the steering wheel. You yell at other drivers. Does it change anything? Of course not. All it does is drain your energy, cloud your mind, and make you weaker. This is where most men lose the battle. They waste their strength fighting the wind, trying to control the uncontrollable. You need to be smarter than that. If you want unshakable stress tolerance, you must master the discipline of focus. Focus only on what you can control. Let everything else go without apology or hesitation. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the economy, random accidents, or the timing of every opportunity. But you can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control your preparation. You can control your decisions. That is where your power lives. Right there. When pressure hits, stop and ask yourself one simple question. What is within my control right now? Then take massive action on that. And mentally release everything else. This is not weakness. It is tactical brilliance. The man who wastes no energy on things he cannot change is faster, smarter, and calmer than the man who is emotionally tangled in everything. Imagine 2 soldiers going into battle. One is panicked about the weather, about politics, about rumors, about things completely outside his mission. The other is locked in, focused only on the next move, the next shot, the next step. Which one survives? Which one wins? The one who locks into his circle of control. You are no different. You need to be ruthless with your focus. Every time you face pressure, remember, control what you can. Release what you cannot. It sounds simple, but living it daily, that is where champions are made. This mindset will keep your energy clean. It will keep your actions effective. It will keep your mind steady even when the world around you feels like it is burning. And that steadiness will separate you from 99% of people who crumble under stress. You will not just survive pressure. You will thrive in it. That is the power of focus. Now that you know where to direct your mind, it is time to build the emotional muscle that keeps you steady no matter how intense life gets. That is what Step 3 is all about. Step 3. Build emotional endurance through exposure. Stress tolerance is not a gift. It is a skill, and like any skill, it is built through reps. You do not get mentally stronger by sitting on the sidelines. You get stronger by facing pressure head-on and staying in the heat long enough to adapt. Emotional endurance is like calloused hands. At first, the weight feels heavy, it stings, it burns. But if you keep showing up, You stop flinching. You stop folding. You stop fearing the discomfort. Your nervous system learns. Your brain adapts. Your emotions catch up to your strength. The only way to build unshakable stress tolerance is to train it. And that means intentional exposure. Most people run from stress. They avoid difficult conversations. They hide from conflict. They delay the work. They push back decisions because the pressure feels too much. That avoidance is weakness in disguise, and it grows. The more you run, the more fragile you become. So here is the move. You do the opposite. You walk directly into the things that challenge you. You lean into discomfort. You make stress your training partner. Start small if you have to. Take on responsibilities that make you nervous. Face the tasks you usually avoid. Put yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable but in control. Let your system feel the pressure. Let your heart race a little. Let the sweat hit your palms. Then breathe, focus, push through, and repeat. You will start to notice something. You do not get overwhelmed as fast. You think clearer under tension. You handle more without losing your edge. That is your nervous system adapting. That is your emotional muscle getting stronger. Eventually, the things that used to stress you out will barely register. What once triggered panic will now trigger focus. You will have leveled up. And the only way to get there is exposure. There is no shortcut. You cannot read your way to calm under pressure. You cannot meditate your way out of real-world adversity if you never step into the fire. Growth only comes from contact. You build stress tolerance the same way you build physical strength. Progressive overload. Keep increasing the pressure you can handle. Keep showing up. Keep staying calm when it counts. You will become dangerous in the best way. The kind of man people rely on. The kind of man who does not break when it matters most. That is emotional endurance. And it is built, not born. Now we are going to take it even further. You have trained your mind. You are learning to control what matters. You are getting stronger emotionally. But we are not done. Because the next step, that is where you become unshakable. Time for step 4. Step 4. Anchor yourself in purpose, not emotion. Here is where most people break. They let emotions steer the wheel. They let fear, doubt, anxiety, and frustration control their actions. When stress shows up, they collapse inward because they have no foundation beneath the chaos. But if you want unshakable stress tolerance, you need something deeper than emotion. You need purpose. Purpose is the anchor that keeps you steady when life tries to knock you over. It is the reason you keep going when everything feels like too much. It is the fire that burns under pressure instead of being snuffed out by it. The truth is this: if you do not have a reason to endure, you will not. So you need to get clear. Why do you want to be stronger? Who are you doing this for? What kind of man are you becoming? You need to answer those questions with fire in your gut. Are you building yourself up to protect your family? To become a leader? To create a legacy? To never again be a victim of life's punches? Good. Then let that be your fuel. Because when your emotions scream at you to give up, your purpose will whisper, "Keep going." When your mind is flooded with doubt, your purpose will remind you, you are built for this. You do not need to feel good to perform. You need to stay connected to the reason why you started. That is what real men do. High performers, leaders, warriors, builders, they are not immune to stress. They just operate from a place deeper than how they feel in the moment. They act on discipline, not emotion. And that is what you must train. Every time stress comes, you get a choice. Break or rise. Complain or lead. React or respond. Fade or focus. The right choice is found in your purpose. That is your compass. Do not leave it vague. Write it down. Define it. Revisit it often. Let it harden your resolve and clear your mind in the heat of pressure. Because purpose will do for your mind what steel does for a foundation. It holds the weight. It keeps everything steady. It is the difference between men who fold and men who rise. Now let's bring it all together. Stress is not your enemy. It is your environment. It is the training ground where strength is earned and weakness is exposed. Pressure is not punishment. It is privilege. It means you are doing something that matters. It means life is demanding more from you. That is not a burden. That is a gift. You are not here to float through life untouched. You are here to carry weight, to bear responsibility, to stand tall when others crouch, to lead when others panic. And to do that, you must become unshakable. Redefine stress. Stop seeing it as the enemy and start using it as your training partner. Control what you can. Let go of what you cannot. Sharpen your focus and protect your energy. Expose yourself to pressure. Step into challenge. Train your nervous system. Earn your calm. Anchor yourself in purpose. Operate from your why. Let your mission keep you grounded when emotions try to knock you off course. This is the path to strength. This is how men are built. Not in comfort, not in safety, but in fire. Pressure builds diamonds, not excuses. You have what it takes to handle more than you think, but you will never know until you stop running and step into the weight. Now it is your move. Take this energy, apply it. Be the calm in chaos. Be the focused mind in a distracted world. Be the one who can carry the load. And when life turns up the pressure, smile. Because you are not breaking. You are becoming unshakable. If this lit something in you, lock in with a like and subscribe. And remember, pressure isn't punishment. It is the proving ground. Train hard. Stay steady. Show the world what you are made of. Until next time.